Hello, and welcome to the live stream. I don't know how this is doing. Hi, I'm Kenny Gray. Some of you may know me from the fucking, from the internet. I don't know. This is so strange to me. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my studio. Everything's a mess because, what do you care? What do you care? Well, I'm moving out of this studio space. I've got all my synths and stuff all over the place. Also had a kid recently. You don't even know any of this? What's up? Welcome to the channel. This is a test. I don't know. I'm doing such an impersonation of friggin' streamers. Alright, this is I Don't Smoke. It says new because a while back I put a different master, right? I mastered it differently. All right. Let's tidy this up so I can see myself on the screen. There we go. I can see the chat. Get it all set up. No one's here yet. If you're rewatching this later, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this is what you're watching. This is, I guess, why people hire editors, huh? Oh, well, this is what we got. All right, cool. So this is the track. This is I Don't Smoke. I assume these are the vocals. Oh, boy. This is crazy. This is interesting to look at for me. So it looks like I've got two... Oh, boy. All right, so this is the track right here. Yeah, so I've got, this is, I don't know how professional people make music, but the way I make music is that I have taken what you learn if you grow up producing GarageBand to an extreme. I didn't study production. I just do it in a way that makes sense to me. I'll put the chat. I'm trying to figure out how to manage OBS. All right, here we go. So I've got the whole track right here in this group. It's unnamed. All of my projects are not well named and terribly named. Excuse me if you're looking for the information on how this track is produced, you might have to wait a second as I figure out streaming. Yep. All right, there it is. It's live on the internet. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right, so and these are the vocals. That's named well. So this is the master group. And then within this is a separate group that must just... Why do I have it like that? What is this doing? When? Ah. Okay. So, not that it matters to you. I suppose it does. I suppose that's why you're watching. Don't say that, Kenny. You don't know. It matters to them. Get to know the person behind the thing you like. If you even like it. Maybe you don't even like it. Who knows? Alright, so this group here is I put this in a giant bus so this is so I can filter like a DJ would the whole track, which I only do at the beginning. Right there. So I'm filtering the entire track like a DJ would. And then I don't know why, I guess because, am I also ducking anything? No. Well, I don't know why I did it this way. I bet the genesis of me grouping it this way is that I did it here. Is I filtered it here, and I also wanted to do it at the beginning, and I created two things. Anyways, the main synth of this thing is in the video. I am playing my ARP Korg. Korg's reissued the ARP Odyssey, but that was because I had to show a synthesizer doing something. Not that that synth can't make that noise or that it wouldn't, but a lot of the social media stuff I've prioritized speed over quality, I guess. The Korg ARP Odyssey makes beautiful sounds. I love using it, but when you're just trying to make social media music, soft synths are so much faster. And plus, I feel like, for me, owning real analog synthesizers, even the reissues, I don't own many actual vintage synths besides, I think, the CS60 and the 106. Yeah, those are the only two, everything else is like a reissue or the Korg reissue. Playing with those synthesizers taught me how to use soft synths, so that now when I use soft synths, I know what I'm doing. It's a lot of fun. So anyways, I've got this. And underneath that, I've got, so that the signal chain for that is, and then on top of that, I've got Toop by Good Hertz. Good Hertz are affiliated with Wolfpack. Friends. They're friends. I think they're friends. Toop is all over my stuff. Wolf compressor's all over my stuff. I think a place have spent money is on Good Hertz products. I like them. I think they're really good. I think they're really unique. I think they sound awesome. So yeah, big shout out to Good Hertz. So I've got two instances of this Prophet. Is it the same thing? It looks like I've also got the amp on in addition to the tube. What does this sound like without that? Oh yeah. And then I think I'm just fucking with the... Yeah, if you can see right here, I turned the decay and the release up. So here it's going... Just classic soul wax synth jamming. The main drums for this are a DMX, Ableton's DMX copy. One time, shout out to Samples from Mars. They are something that appears in my feed all the time. They every year have this sale where they sell their entire catalog for $100. And I have every single drum machine they've modeled, and I still just use Ableton's because as cool as all that stuff is and as cool as it sounds, using Ableton's built-in plugins, built-in stuff just allows you the ability to go back and change it so much easier, which I value more than perhaps sound quality. I don't know. I think sometimes, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not going to wax. But I've been taking care of my kid all day. My brain isn't working. But I think this is the sound that people are hearing when they're like, oh, there's that, oh, does it offend you? Yeah, type drums here. They're just compressed, but they're being sidechained against Oliver. Man, I don't know where I'd be without Oliver's power tools. Oliver, the artist Oliver, on the website Splice, makes these power tool packs, and I use them in everything. They just sound so good. Like, if every time people are like, how do you get a kick like that? It's like, it's Oliver. I'm definitely more when it comes to production. I think I lean far more heavily on the side of like, let someone else make the presets, I make the songs. That being said, I like to know how it works so I can mess with it, but I don't, it's you know, store-bought is fine. Store-bought is fine for me. Store-bought is fine. And then this should be here. Vox V missing. I noticed this when I sent it. There, it's right here. Yeah, there it is. This is a very much inspired by like I feel like it's inspired by like all the and there was something very beautiful about the indie sleaze era of stuff being crappy that I really liked, that because I think at a certain point it was like there was a charm to like I feel like it was a backlash against like super high production stuff, all the lo-fi stuff. But here's the real deal. Here are the vocals, which have a million zillion things on them.
I don't smoke unless I'm drunk.
But this room is, by the way, this room is not treated. I've never recorded vocals in a room that's treated. I've almost always got these headphones on that have bleed.
Smoke.
There's just so much stuff online, man, about like you gotta get your room treated and being like, why don't you just make a song? Who cares? It's like when you find out that the bass part from like tons of Tame Impala's records, they're just like him plugged into his MacBook directly. It's like, it doesn't matter, man. I mean, it does matter if it sounds like shit, but sorry to use curse. I don't know. It's such a fine line. It's better to make something than to have a perfect sounding nothing.
Drunk. I'll smoke every cigarette in the world. Burn the light out.
You can hear my mouse.
I'll smoke every cigarette in the world. Burn the light out on the street from every boy and every girl.
Because I guarantee I did these backing vocals sitting right here. The lead vocals, the take looks like except maybe right here. What you're watching in the video is me singing. Well, what you're watching in the video is me singing what you hear. So the video, and I think my highest performing videos, that is true. I feel like there's just something ineffable that people can tell when I'm actually singing it. Like the Devo one, that is me lip syncing, and it was really hard to get it because that vocal performance is kind of all over the place. But it's much easier to honestly just lock in and go, I'd rather record the video 10 times and be like, that's the take, and it's good enough. Not even good enough, but like, that was good, and like let the imperfections rock. And this is one of them.
I don't smoke unless I'm drunk.
Okay, so when I record lots of vocals, I only put the effects on the group. because it can get really, really chaotic if you're putting distortion on each of these instances. And then plus, if you want to change it, you have to go back. So the vocal effects here are only, yeah.
Smoke. Unless I'm
Oh, it's just one instance of tube. Okay.
smoke. Unless I'm drunk.
Cut the low on
I don't
off.
smoke. Unless I'm drunk.
EQ.
I don't smoke.
Yeah,
Unless I'm drunk.
right here.
But when I'm drunk,
So I do a technique that someone taught me. I feel like everything I say about music production, there's just someone who disagrees. So this is how I do it. Just know that you can look up someone saying there's a better way to do it. This is just how I learned it. It makes sense to me. I like it. If something better comes along, I'll do it. Not even. That's not whatever.
smoke.
Who am I yelling at? What you're witnessing is me yelling at no one.
Smoke.
There's not even anyone in the chat. Is there anyone even watching? So anyways,
Smoke.
you can hear though that I took a thing and I swept around until I found
Smoke. Unless I'm drunk.
a really resonant
I don't
frequency.
smoke. Unless I'm drunk.
And I got rid of it completely. No more of it. A compressor, which is sidechained against the kick. And an echo, which must come into the chorus.
I'll smoke every
Chorus vocals coming in, panned hard, left and right.
morals.
The bridge has different because is produced differently because I wanted it to sound like, I don't even know. LCD. I hear LCD in my head, but
I'm a problem, I'm a menace. So
yeah. Oh, my computer's freaking out. My computer is freaking.
I'm a really thoughtful dude. I'm a drinker, I'm a dancer. Yeah, tonight, just let it rip. Feel the room around me spin. Another shot should do the trick. Brick, brick, brick.
Man, I forgot that those are even in there.
I'm a drinker, I'm a dancer. Yeah,
Tonight, just let it rip. Feel the room around.
another shot should do the trick. Brick, brick.
Yeah, I feel like in a perfect world it would sound slightly different, but it works. What's soloed? Ah, the vocals.
Around me spin. Another shot should do the trick.
Uh-huh. In the latest release of this track, I got rid of this. Because someone pointed out that someone may be saying something bad that I'd never heard. I assumed it was not people speaking English. This is just a thing I found online, and apparently some people have been hearing stuff in the original version, so I got rid of it. I don't even know why I'm saying this out loud. I didn't record this part. I just searched party chatter online, pulled the thing, put it in, sounded good. Then someone was like, "Oh yeah, they're saying some weird stuff in there." So when I re-uploaded the track to Spotify and other places to get rid of it, just because I didn't want. He was like, I thought it was like an intentional joke. I was like, no. I just wanted party chatter. Good. There we go.
I don't smoke unless I'm drunk. I don't smoke unless I'm drunk.
That's that. All right. That's how that goes. So that's the track. It's really not that complicated. Got this Owazo synth runs through the bridge. Oh, this? What is this? I forgot that was in there. Something I've learned over time is a huge part of electronic music and dance music is there's atmospheric stuff that you don't necessarily notice, but you really feel. And if you keep listening to your favorite like dance tracks over and over, you'll all of a sudden notice like, oh, there's a little synth in the background going like whoop woo whoop 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 woo, and it's more something you feel. And I feel like you'd be like, oh man, that kick is really huge, and that's the thing. Like with Justice and Soul Wax, I was like, oh, it's the kick, and but there's all these little things like that just add. You're like, oh, you never realize how much that stuff is really doing from making it just come alive. Like you don't this, but you feel it. You know. Oh, love a clap like that. Watch that filter move. I always wonder when the Indie Sleaze era did this, if they drew it in with automation or if they did it. Like, the way they were making music, I wouldn't be surprised if they just bounced the entire track and just put a filter on it. Because, like, I mean, isn't that kind of, I don't know. Ding dong. Dinner's ready. What is music? All right. Doesn't appear anybody's here, but that's okay. That's okay. We're just trying out stuff. We're just living our life, you know? Just been streaming for 22 minutes. Let's make it something new. Don't save. Don't save. Let's make something new. You know, let's make something new. Guitar. We got a wah. Yeah. So I use, for everyone asking, a quad cortex. Oh, I've got this upside down, don't I? Man, it's hard to. I haven't used a wah in so long. Anyways, I use the Cortex Control for all my stuff. You know. What if I just did this? No. Application capture, display capture. Yeah, this. Oh shit, that's no good. That's no good. Nah, application capture. Do this. Anyways. Doesn't it sound good? I don't care that it's not a real amp. That's not why I'm here. That's not why I was put on this earth. Indie rock. God, when I get advertised that someone is selling their entire loop catalog for a crazy deal, and if it's my genre, I'm in there. These have been great. These indie ones. What are we feeling today? Sometimes I love drum loops for inspiration. I don't like creating loops though. Like I'm not like a beat guy. I mean, I definitely was in college, but like these days, much more like inspiration. Like I'll just loop a drum beat and write a whole song over the drum beat and then get going and create the sections. Yeah, that's cool. I don't need the tail. I don't want the tail. I just want this. I changed the BPM to be the BPM of the sample so that when I warp, it's automatically correct. Shorten it. Love it. Kiss it. We're done. I forgot to hit loop. Now it's looping. I'm going to go to my Cortex control. I'm going to add polyoctaver. Wait, subharmonic synth. What is that? What is subharmonic synth? That's a thing I can add to the guitar. I don't know what that does. I like it. Wait, I've got 2 instances of it. Wait, what's this? Character. Beautiful. Love it. Is there a distortion pedal? What's this? Phaser? Oh. What's this? It's a gate? Is there overdrive? Fuzz pie. Fuzz pie. We're gonna add the fuzz pie. Yes. Yes. That may be too much. Why is it breaking up so bad? Is it the gate? Is it the fuzz? Why does it sound like that? I gotta be honest, I don't love it. Let's put that gate back on. Now we're having fun. Now we're having fun. Pitch it down. And then let's promote XLN Audio. Gave me access to their entire catalog, which is awesome. Because, I'll tell you folks, I thought of XLN Audio, I thought of RC20, the retro color. Everyone's using it for their lo-fi beats. I thought of this thing called XO that I've seen, and I thought, that's pretty cool. I tried it out, I was like, it's fun. I don't have a use for it right now. But then they sent me their whole friggin' plugin stuff. And guys, their drum stuff is crazy. The addictive drums, you know, there's all these different drum programs. Everyone's trying to get you to use their drums stuff. But addictive drums sound really good. They do. And they modeled like every drum. They had like, it's just great. If I was recommending a drum thing, I'd recommend Addictive Drums. They gotta figure out how to easily sidechain, how to get me to be able to sidechain the kick without having to bounce the kick out of the thing. Because Ableton can do that. What's going on? Welcome. You were the first person, I think. Hello. Welcome. I'm just making stuff. I did track breakdown of I Don't Smoke before. You can go back and watch that. Right now, I'm vibing out, making just a little beat. I've got this thing. Check this out. I'm going to add the DB30. Where is it? Drum butter. Oh, already hear that? You hear the difference? All right, and I'm gonna get a little more high end on the guitar. I want to turn fat up. No, not that. Well, we can do a lot of this with EQ. We can do a lot of what I'm trying to achieve with EQ. Yeah, there, right there. And then, here's the thing. I like the sound of side tuning because I have a deep love of dance music, but I've got a sample, right? But Ableton has this awesome thing where you can sidechain off of using a filter. So I'm sidechaining only against stuff that hits in that frequency range. So do you see how in the sidechain here, it's only sidechaining against the kick? But if I bring the frequency up, anyways, amazing. I haven't had an E string on this guitar, a high E string, for maybe a year. Go back and watch my videos. I don't think there's a high E string because I'm just playing power chords and stuff. I'm lazy in that regard. I just want to make music. I don't care if my guitar has a high E string, man. Let's make this drastic. It's maybe a little too much, but it's good. We need a little bit of reverb or something, you know? I prefer to do reverb in chain. Aww. I agree. Let's record something, huh? No. There. Let's do that. Oh. Oh, yeah. So then what I might do is scoop away all of the low-end information. And an echo. Compressor. Oh, cool. Wow, that's kind of funky. It's like a fake stereo. I like that. I gotta play higher. The thing I like about coming up in both the rock world and the dance world is that there's such a good discipline in the dance world of looping. Like in rock music, there's good discipline in dance music of using one thing for an entire song. And how you make it a song is by sound design and stuff, so that like this is the verse. Excuse me, this is the chorus. And then we go to a verse by going. You know, and then we go. I put too much echo on. Put too much echo. When you say, yeah. You know, it's interesting, like, all this stuff about, like, saying, like a conversation between the different parts. That's all stuff that I feel like I learned such a long time ago, and I don't even think about it as much anymore. And then when people point it out, it's like, oh yeah, I guess that is what's happening, you know? And then if you really want to get crazy, this is 75 BPM. What I like to do is, thank God for sample packs. They list this. They list the BPM usually. I don't know if that fits, but it's fun. Drum loops. Dirt. It's funny, because this tempo would be this. These might be competing a little bit. But we can, by using the same ducking technique of taking by taking the sidechain compression that's also connected to the kick and putting it here. Now, if this also has a kick on the same beat, it won't hit. Compared to and also we can just I don't like this. Oh, now that it's not there though, I do like it. What I don't like is the high end. Maybe a bandpass? I've never used a bandpass. How do you expand how wide the bandpass is? Is that something you do? Or is it just, like, can I make this, there it is. I'm a big believer in that Spike Jones things is, I know that it's so cliche to quote, it'd be the Q. Q. Expanded controls. I think it's the amount of bands. Whatever. I know it's so cliche to quote the Rick Rubin book. God, it got me good. There's something, maybe it's not even the Rick Rubin book, but there's a thing where he was like, friggin' talking about, they're trying to make a drum machine sound like Back in Black as opposed to making the drum machine sound the best that it could. I feel like with homemade stuff, it's like, yeah, I have this drum machine. I'm going to make this drum machine sound awesome. And whatever it sounds like, I will use, as opposed to being like, I want to sound like AC/DC. Now, can we give this also a fake stereo sound using the utility? Stereo. Make me down with me some chance. So this is the funny part for me. The funny part of how I live my silly little life, is that I make stuff like this, and then the ideas that genuinely come to my head are like, don't tell me to tolerate some upside down, right? If I pursue that earnestly, there's a world where a lot of people like that. But the truth is that it's making me laugh to do that. So if I lean into the fact that I think that's funny to do and make it like 18 fish in my mouth, never had a fish a day down south, and just make it funny, then everyone goes, oh, he's singing like that because that's a fun way to sing, as opposed to being like, well, it's a bit throwback and it's butt rock and it's stuff and it sucks. It like takes you to, there's something about just being like, no, I'm just trying to have fun. Like, it rocks, this rocks, but also let's have fun. And everyone goes, oh, rare, I'm gonna not judge it quite as harshly. It's like Tenacious D, you know? Jack Black is singing like, he's a great singer, obviously, but he is singing like, shrim pow, shrim down, down, which is like an impression. But like, you don't care because the intent is like, all right, he's trying to have fun. So you love it. The bar for music, if you say you're serious, is way up here. But the bar, if you say you're trying to be funny, is way down here. So if your ability to make music is here, you're going to be judged in serious land, but in funny world, it's like, whoa, this guy kicks ass. And I think that's why people like when I'm doing. Anyways. And then the second part. Yeah, you know, I should add the additional octave up on the pitch shifter. Where is it? Where is it? Octave. Yeah, is that what it is? It's that it's two. Someone mentioned that to me, that like it's two disciplines where it's like it is comedy and it is music. And genuinely, like, I started writing music when I was 15, like writing and recording music when I was 15. I had been playing guitar since I was 11, and I thought I was old. I remember feeling like, God, kids have been playing guitar since they were 5. I'm 11. I'm so behind. And so 15 to 25, trying to be in a band. Like 22 to now, I'm pursuing comedy, and then just kind of mixes. And I don't want to have to do either, you know? Like being a musician, being like, but don't be funny. Being like, God, or don't be worse. The worst thing, being like a funny musician. You know what I mean? Or a musician who thinks they're really funny. Some are, but then you see them like I'm so scared to say people's names in case there's whatever. Like, I love Jack White. But then when you see Jack White is very funny in interviews. But then when you see Jack White with a comedian, he's great when he is like the sidekick. But sometimes musicians, I actually don't know if Jack White's a good example, but some musicians will be like, I'm funny and I'm going to try and hang. And they can. A lot of them, I guess some of them can't. That's what I'm saying. They just end up being like, nah, I'm funny too. And what they're doing, they end up just being kind of in. I feel like I can see both sides. Like, as a comedian, I'm just being like, dude, chill. You're not understanding the bit that's happening. One time I called into Matt Besser, founder of UCB's radio comedy show. And I called in to be funny as well. And he got mad at me for being like, you don't understand, you're not supposed to, like, I'm supposed to be the funny one. And like, it felt like a dick thing to do because I just wanted to be a part of it. But then I do kind of understand where it's like, he is like, the joke is that he's getting real phone calls from people who don't realize he's not real. So if I know if I'm also fake, then what are we doing? Who's the funny one? Yes, I got worried for a second that was a comment on the stream, that there was too much feedback, like echo feedback. Now I understand what you're saying. Putting a limiter on the whole thing. Sometimes I love, maybe it's like Justice inspired, like for that sound, for like the melody over something like that to be like, to be like heavily like, I think it's like an 80s movie thing. let's record it. I learned that when I was 16 and I've been playing it every day since. Oh God, did it record anything? Did it not? Am I insane? Oh, okay, thank God. So then my process is that I am going to leave this demo on my friggin' hard drive for like, I don't know, unless I'm immediately inspired. Maybe I'll record like a little vocal idea right now. And then just like, that's kind of all I have for it right now. And then maybe at some point, like, I don't know, in a few weeks, in a few months, in a few days, in a few years, I'll forget that this exists. I'll hear it and I'll go, damn, that's cool. And I'll just finish it up real quick, loop, add some parts. I didn't, whatever, have to replay the guitars. Who cares? There's just an idea. Ideas. The biggest thing that set me free recently is the idea that more ideas are going to come. Chill out. Just keep making. Ideas will keep coming. Just keep the pipe open. Keep the goop flowing. Don't get bogged down. So I've got this. Whatever, it's fine. I'm not going to force it. I don't have to release it if I don't want to. But if I need something in a pinch, or someone's like, hey, I'm doing a podcast. Do you have something that sounds like friggin' like a Ford commercial meets Ty Segall? Yeah, I do. I do have that, actually. All right, that's it for the stream. Thank you, Neighbor Jack. Thank you for being here. I very much appreciate it. Good talking with you. Thank you for being here. We had an exchange. We had music. We had life. Whatever. Thank you for being here. Have a good night. I'm going to keep streaming, I think. And I'll figure it out. And I'll still be this guy at the end of it. But will we together be something more as a community?